Wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me.
What's up out there, friends and the motivational teacher to the masses? Again, this special King Motivational Monday. I want to thank you all for allowing me to show up today, to come into your homes. I'm starting to see the eyes add up as you all come into the room. Shout your boy out, say what's up. And then also, what's up, Rod? Thank you for joining us. And then also, if you would, Devon, what's up, bro? Thank you for joining us. If you would, go ahead and share this to your top 5 relationships. Hey, Vaniqua, what's up out there, sis? Share this to your top 5 relationships, because guess what? If they don't grow with you, they can't go with you. Thank you, Christian. I don't need them. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Hey, Pat, thank you for joining me. For all my replayers, please fast forward about, let's say 2 minutes as I share this out to my top 5 relationships and my top 5 groups. Hey, Charles, what's up, bro? And if you all would do that, go ahead and share this to your top 5. Tag names down there in the poster comment box, or if you would, go in your messenger and tag them that way. However you do it, get your top 5 relationships on here. It's my goal on this special Martin Luther King Day. I want us to get north of 20 eyes. And when I say us, I mean all of us. We know people that could benefit greatly from this information that is bread breaking with breaking. We know people that can benefit greatly from this information. People that sit there and complain to you about their lot in life, you know, all the time. What's up, Rajetta? Thank you for joining us. My sister just hopped on. Please go ahead and share this to your top 5 relationships. Hey, if you get on here and you see I shared it to you, just know you represent part of my top 5 relationships. And the ones that don't hear, you know you're part of my top 5, but you here, so I got to spend my 5 on somebody else, because you realize and you understand the need for personal growth. I'm sharing this to my top 5 right now. You all do the same. Give me about 30 more seconds if you would. Go ahead and get it out there. I hope everybody's having a tremendous Martin Luther King Day. I'm starting to see the eyes add up. What's up out there, Facebook? I see you, Twitter, out there on Periscope. Holla at your boy. Thank y'all for joining us. And tonight's going to be a bread-breaking moment. I'm about to get into it. Give me 15 seconds as I'm sharing this out right now. I know it's a lot of people that want it to be tagged into this video. And I'm like, I can't tag them all. They on their own. They know I come on Mondays, because I got to commence the bread breaking. Hey, it's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you again episode 122 of Awaken Your I Am. Woo! I can't believe it. Episode 122. I don't know how far we're going with this thing. If this series has blessed you, if you've gotten anything from this series, get in there and say, I am blessed. Get in there. Hey, Lisa, get in that chat box and say, I am blessed. If you've gotten anything from this Awaken Your I Am series, get in that chat box and say, I am blessed. Come on, man. Prophesy to yourself that if you've heard me talk about Awaken Your I Am, you know how important it is to say that right there. I am blessed, Devon. Come on, bro. I am blessed. And it's some of us that just need to start making that declaration to the world. Believe it or not, come on, Pat. Believe it or not, the world responds to you and how you see yourself. Come on, Rajetta. The world responds to you. Vaniqua, the world responds to you as to how you see yourself. If you don't see yourself as blessed, then you cannot attract the manifestation of blessed people. If you see yourself on it and barely can make it, then you'll never eat the fruit of the land. Now it's time for us to start prophesying. Thank you, Rod, for getting your top 5 in here. I'm telling you tonight, man, if they join in this Motivational Monday tonight, we going to break some bread. And tonight, you know, I've been dealing a lot with humanity, and I've been talking about how we have to work inside of this earth in order to get things done the kingdom way. I've been doing a lot of that talking, but tonight I want to tie these strings together, because I'm coming for your deity. I'm coming for the part of you that I got people texting me right now. I'm coming for the part of you that looks like your daddy, the one whose image and likeness you're created in. I'm coming for that part of you tonight. Tonight, episode 122, Awaken Your I Am. Tonight's topic is, you can, but can you? Somebody, you, but the great I am works there. I want to talk about the great I am that works to awaken your I am. And I see my signal is low tonight. I have no idea why, but we're going to break this bread. The great I am who awakens your I am. You can, but can you? One of my sons and my favorite scripture is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. My question is, do my confidence comes from I can, or does it comes from who strengthens me? When we hear that, where is my confidence? Is my confidence in I can? Come on, man, get in the chat box. Or is my confidence comes through who strengthens me? See, in that what I can do, but then that talk about how I can get it done. You can, but can you? Come on, man, get in that chat box. Right now, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You can, but can you? What is the role of the great I am who strengthens me? What is my responsibility in being able to perform and being able to do all things I can do? He flat out said it. I can't. Come on, Rod, man. You going above and beyond. I love it, Rod. You can't make this journey by yourself. Take as many people with you as you can. I'm challenging some other people to do like Rod. Get in that chat box and invite as many people as you want to be blessed and highly favored. You can, but can you? On this special Dr. Martin Luther King's Day, who Dr. Martin Luther King showed us through his life and his legacy that all things are possible. Dr. Martin Luther King showed us that one man's voice can make a huge difference. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. showed us that through his conviction and his belief, that him in himself can change the whole world, so much so that he convinced black people and Asian and to follow his vision for what this country should be. I can. Good afternoon, Angelique. But can you? And tonight it's my goal to honor Dr. Martin Luther King by sprinkling in some quotes into this Motivational Monday tonight, because it is a special MLK Day. And I want to represent him well as represent the great I am. I can do all things through Christ who strengthening me, because he says I can, but I'm not seeing that level of manifestation in my life today. Motivational teacher, I believe that I can. I believe that my I am is being awakened. Motivational teacher, I believe that things pull up my level of belief. I believe I can. My question is, but can you? Tonight I came to speak to the part of you that directly identifies with your Father in heaven, while at the same time speak to the part of you that came from this dirt, from this earth. Tonight, look, we can do it with these hands right here. I don't need a glorified pair of hands to work exploits on this earth, because these hands are a part of this dirt suit. So if it's a part of this dirt suit, I am authorized. I have legal authorization on this earth to perform the exploits because of the. Now, is my I am who strengthens me. And my challenge and my question to a lot of us, do we have the courage? Do we have the courage to get in to let me say that. Do we have the courage to step outside of the familiar, to go into the unknown so I can see that strength? Most people believe that God can do all things, but sometimes I don't do all things to me because I'm not willing to see. Come on, haven't had the faith to go farther. That's so many of us that we believe we can, but can you? Because we want to hang on to the side of the boat so hard and so long that we've not ventured out into the unknown to know if I can do all things. I remember leaving I was a stockbroker, and I'm going into this industry of pharmaceutical sales, and I really don't have any biology background. I've never really been interested in biology and know anything about the body. And they told me you got to pass these series of 3 tests, and you got to make an 85, otherwise you cannot be employed here. But I had to walk away from my stockbroker job in order to go take those tests. And I had a level of belief, but I didn't know, but I was trembling. But at the same time, I was trusting that there could be more. How many of us are willing to walk away from what we've known the last 10 years to say, okay, I believe I can, but can you? I'm coming for the part of you that directly identifies with your daddy. How many of us are living from the great I am, awakening our I am, who we identify with, or are we identifying with the part of us that came from this dirt that's going back? You can, but can you? Do you have the courage to walk away from the boat where you do not see a life vest or a rescue boat near you? Do you have courage to walk? Martin Luther King said, courage is an inner resolution to go forward despite the obstacles. What's up, Coach T? Martin Luther King said, is an inner to go forward despite this life. What I do know about this life is you're going to be presented with situations where you gotta step outside of the boat, and you're not gonna feel warm and fuzzies. You're gonna feel afraid. See, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is doing it in the presence of fear. Yea, though through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear evil. Why? Because I have the courage that thy rod and thy staff shall comfort me. I don't mind being outside of the boat or outside of the comfort zone, because that's the moment when I know strength of my life. It doesn't take a whole lot of strength for me to be able to go to my job from 8 to 5, and I'm working on a guaranteed paycheck. I know if I go to work 8 hours for $27 an hour, I know what I'm gonna get. It doesn't take much faith to do that. It does not take much faith to do that, but it does take faith to move from one part of the country to the next to say I'm pursuing my dream. It does take faith to say I'm walking away from my family that I've known forever to go into a place I've never known. It does take faith to say, you know what? I got to start saving $5 a week for the next X amount of weeks so I can have the money that I need to invest into my computer. It does take faith to say I'm doing something much more than what I thought I could do. It takes faith to do those things. And tonight is not a popular message, but it's one that needs to be heard around the earth, because you cannot hold on to what's comfortable and then say, I'm going to do exploits. Exploits only come when you're outside of your comfort zone. Somebody holler at your boy. There's no way you could do anything great when you're hanging on the side of the boat. Some of us need to say, no matter what it costs, I got to walk away from the stagnant boat. I got to walk away from the environment that I've known for my whole life. I have to walk away from my parents that birthed me from the foundation of the earth. I gotta walk away from what I've always known. You can, but can you? But can you lay aside every weight? Can you lay aside every distraction? Can you walk away from what you know not to be good in your life? You can. But can you? There's a war going on. Oh, you got to walk away. See, I'm the bread breaker. Come on, man. Like I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this, man. Like, I love talking in between your humanity and your divinity, because true change takes place at the spiritual level, and then it's manifested on this dirt level. True change takes place inside before it's ever manifested outside. So the motivational teacher got to tap into your divinity and see you walk it out in your humanity. See, a lot of people on this earth can talk to one or two, but the motivational teacher, in order to experience true change, you have to be able to change yourself from the inside out. You have to be able to change yourself in those ways. And the great I am works from the inside out. Greater is he that is on the inside of you than he that's in the world. It always starts on the inside of you. Greater is on the inside of you. We got to start there than he that's in the world. If you manifest what's on the inside of you, then you absolutely demolish what's on the outside. That's a bread-breaking moment right there. That is a bread-breaking moment right there. Manifest you. If greater is me. If I manifest me on the inside, this on the outside has no bearing on what I become, because the manifestation is taking place on the inside, so much so that the atoms that matter on the outside can only respond to what's happening on the inside. Let us make man in our image and our likeness. It was a communication between the Godhead. Oh, that's a bread-breaking moment. It was a communication between the Godhead. Let us make man. And from that conversation that was going on the inside, it was so much in agreement. Oh my God, this is awesome. That the Father and the Son, they were in so much of agreement when they said, let us, that there was so much harmony. All the earth had to shake and rumble and produce a dirt suit for that man to dwell in. And I'm challenging you to, when you make a confession, I am blessed to have so much harmony with your humanity that it shakes, now so much harmony with your deity that it shakes your humanity in believing that, man, I might be blessed for real. That harmony that which you speak with, I can, you can, but can you? It takes absolute harmony within your members in order to manifest what you believe. That's a prayer. Say, let me let that breathe right there. Come on, Angelique. I gotta let that breathe right there, because there's so many people out there that are at war with themselves. And believe it or not, we're all at war with ourselves. I believe, but I don't believe. This looks like it might be tough. This is not too tough. There's a war going on right now in our members. That at the same time, while I'm trying to believe on the inside, at the same time, external stimuli is showing me every distraction as to why I can't. And it causes me to believe. It causes me to think you can. But can you? Oh, it's so easy to say when you're amongst a group like this, I'm taking the world by storm. And then at the middle of the night, in the wee hours of the morning, you get the call that somebody's stolen your identity, or this happened or that happens. And then you're in this situation. You're in between two places where I believe I can, but can I? Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment right there. Because true dreamers and people that aspire to be more are always continuously having those conversations as they continue to climb, as they continue to move in the right direction, as they continue to build, baby, build. They're having this conversation all the same time on the inside of them. You can, but can you? Oh, bread-breaking moment. You can, but can you? I came to serve notice on you right now in those moments. Oh, come on, man. Right, y'all better get this. In these moments where you are having these conversations, or you're having this inner conflict with yourself. Oh my God, I'm about to release somebody. This is gonna be a prayer-breaking moment. In those times where you have these conversations going on the inside of you, continuous communication with my am. Come on, Angelique, you put it better than me. What's up, Q? Thank you for joining us. At the times when you're having this internal conflict, I like my boy Paul called it an internal conflict. When I want to do good, evil's and present. When you're having these internal conflicts, I'm about to let you know something right now that you do not know. In those moments are when you're the most strong. Check your boy out. In those moments when you're having this internal conflict, that means that your deity is trying to command your humanity. Because if you completely believe it and it was in your comfort zone, There is no warring of your members in your comfort zone. You can, but can you? When you're in your comfort zone, I know I am. I know I can. But when you believe in for more and you're doing something outside your comfort zone, that's when you are the most strong because you've decided that I got to at least push away from the boat a little bit. And when you start believing, but can you, that's the peace. Oh my God, that's the peace where the great I am says, now your I am has been awakened because now you got a partner with me, the great I am. I can do all things. I can do all things, but the all things is conditional that I tap into who strengthens me. That's a bread breaking moment because you thought you had a lack of faith or you thought you had a lack of belief. It's actually, that's what it feels like to push away from the boat. Peter, I bid you to come. Anybody on that boat could have got off and walked, but only 1 out of 12 said, okay, I'll go. Why? Because it's so comfortable on that boat. Oh, inside of that boat, I got just the bare minimum of necessities that's gonna keep me in welfare. I got just enough where I feel comfortable, but I don't have enough to where my vision said I'm supposed to be. It's just enough right now on that job just to keep you comfortable. It's just enough right now in that, and you got just enough in your bank account that make you not feel like you need to do more. I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me. You got just enough manifestation right now for you to sit there and not be uncomfortable. And now you hear the motivational teacher, and the great I am is using me to stir your nest and say, hey, I need for you to get a little uncomfortable. I need you to say 1 or 2 times, you can, but can you? Because in those moments, it's where you start pushing away from the boat. If you're not having I can, but can I moments, that means you're too close. You're resting in the boat. If you're not questioning, oh my God, is this too big for me? If you're not questioning that in yourself, then your vision is too small. There's not room for your I am to be awakened in your vision. And too many of us sit in small visions and we celebrate our life. Oh, I accomplished everything I set out today. Oh, I did it. Oh, I did what I was exactly what. You're celebrating a life that where you're so comfortable in the boat that there's no room for your I am to be awakened because you made comfort. Oh, can I say this? I'm going to say this. You've made comfort your new I am. Now your I am is no longer about being strengthened, about being awakened. Now your new I am is the boat. And as long as I'm within the comfort of this boat, I feel great about myself because I know I can. And I'm telling everybody about I know I can, and they're throwing roses at my feet, and they're telling you how awesome you are while you sit in the comfort of the boat. And all the whole time there's a tugging, there's a war going on the inside of you that said, man, I know I've been called to more. I know I've been called to bigger, but can I? Oh, that's a bread breaking moment tonight. This is a bread breaking moment tonight that I came to push you outside of your comfort zone. I came to push you outside of your known to step into the unknown. I came to push you, and I want you to question you. Is there more on the inside of me? I know you've gone through a transformation, but I'm asking you, is there more? I'm content in all things, but I'm always in the pursuit of excellence. Have you stopped pursuing excellence because you made it to rung number 3 on the ladder, and rung number 3 is more comfortable than rung number 2? I ain't where I used to be. I was at 1, I'm at 2, I'm at 3 now, and I've settled in at 3. 3 feels so much better than 2. Oh my God. And you settled. I'm telling you right now, there's a 7th rung out there with your name on it. Oh my God, you care. But can you? What's the role? There's so much more. You're the most powerful on this earth when you're asking those questions. Can I? And you're having this internal conflict with yourself because you know that stay hungry. Come on, Rod. Because you know that in your own mind and of being, you can't get it done. You are at the strongest that you'll ever be in your life, because that's when the great I am, come on, man, awakens your I am. 2 Corinthians 12:9, I told you I am coming for your deity tonight. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You want to operate in God's strength? You want the great I am to awaken your I am? Push away from the boat. His strength is made perfect in your weakness. The moment you decide that I'm not going to go the way that I want to go, and that I'm going to leave some room for the great I am to work for me, then his strength is made perfect in our weakness. See, motivational teacher, come on, man. Motivational teacher, hey, I gotta have this conversation. All of us, we got all the slogans. Greatness demands everything. We got all the slogans while we're in the boat. I mean, but nobody really wants to get in positions where his strength is made perfect in your weakness. His strength is made perfect in your weakness. But I don't want to appear weak. I don't want things to go wrong in my life. I want it to be all perfect in my life. I want to live over there in the big house in the big neighborhood. I want to drive the big cars. I want the big business. I want this and I want that. But we don't want to live in a place where it's uncomfortable. When you look at the richest people in America, they all took big risks. They all took big risks. No matter, we can be mad, and I hate when I hear people talk about, everybody that got money are crooks. Everybody got money are thieves, and they did it on the back of my ancestors. They stole. And all that does is give excuses for us being poor, and give excuses for us being broke. It give excuses for us having a mindset that I don't belong in the top 1%. But everybody got good talk. You said that, Q. Everybody got good talk. But when he said, hey, come, only one person got out the boat that said I was willing to go outside of my comfort zone to get on that water. Only one person that said I'm willing to go through the process of whatever it takes to get to where I'm supposed to be. Everybody claimed they want it until it's time to get outside of the boat. I want God to work and use my life. Then God can't work and use your life as long as you're sitting in the comfort of that inner tube on that boat. I remember when my wife and we went to Hawaii. And we went to Hawaii. We took a big old boat, and we were out in the middle of the ocean. I don't know where we were, but it wasn't no little light water. I'm 6'7". Most places I can stand up in. And they gave us the life vest. And me, I know I'm not a Michael Phelps swimmer. Well, I'm not even a swimmer at all. I can keep myself on top of the water. And somehow, somewhere in the middle of this ocean, I said, man, I'm going to get outside the boat. And I jumped because I wanted to see everybody getting out there talking about how good the snorkeling looked and what was down there. So I said, hey, man, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to try to get out the boat. And so I jumped out the boat. I had the life vest on, and I was outside the boat for about a good 30 seconds. When I was on the water and I was chilling, I had my head down, and then something happened in the midst of me being outside the boat. About 2 minutes in, I kind of dipped down a little bit, and I panicked. And when I panicked, they had to send somebody off the boat to come and get me, not because I couldn't stay on the boat, but because of that I panicked. Not because I couldn't stay in the water and snorkel. Even with my limited swimming skills, I was fine until I began to panic. And once I began to panic, they sent somebody came help me get back on the boat. It wasn't the fact that I couldn't snorkel. The fact was that I panicked when it didn't go the way I expect for it to go. And the challenge for a lot of us is when we're jumping off that boat, it's sometimes not being in the unknown, but it's the first time that it looks like I might drown is when I panic and I go sit back in the safety of my comfort zone. Hey, Barbara, thank you for joining us. And I go back and I sit in the safety of my comfort zone. Why? Because I panic. And truth be told, that there's a lot of us that has said, I wanted to do this big dream, or I want this big goal, or I want to do this. And we got outside of the boat. And the first time we lost the loan. They gave us $30,000. We lost it all. The first time that I went in, I tried to get this big speaking contract. They shot me down. The first time I said I'm quitting my job and I'm going out here and I'm gonna try this, and it didn't work, and I panicked. I panicked. And when I was having fun, I was seeing manifestation. I was on the water. The first time I dipped, I panicked. And they had to come and get me. And truth be told, there are a lot of us that still having panic attacks from what we did the first time that made us not even want to try it again. That we're so much so that we're just sitting in this comfort zone so much, because every time I think about what I did, it's almost like PTSD. And we have the same panic attack all over again because we relive it in our emotions, and we gain the same fear, the level of panic that we had when we were in the water. We have it although I'm in the comfort of the boat. And that same feeling what keeps us bottled right now on the inside and keep us living in our comfort zone and not reaching our potential. Did I just break bread? Am I talking about somebody out there that is living in their comfort zone because of a previous panic? I'll never get married again because it didn't work the first time. I will hurt so bad that I'll never do it again. Panic attack. I'll never trust another person with my money. I'll never go into business with another person ever again. Panic attack. I'll never trust another family member. That one did me wrong. I can never do business with family ever again. Panic attack. And you're sitting in the comfort of your boat having a panic attack. And everything about that panic attack feels like you're in that water again. Did I just break bread? Come on, Angelique. Did I just break bread? And you have that same panic attack every time you feel uncomfortable about getting outside the boat. Oh, it didn't work this time. Oh, it didn't go right this time. Who knows what would have happened if you had to just struggled a little while longer just to gain your bearing to get back on top of that water. Man, my grace is sufficient for you when my strength is made perfect in your weakness. My boy said, I glory in my infirmities. Now, that's a crazy man that will make that comment. I glory in my infirmities that the power of Christ may rest upon me. I glory. You can, but can you? That's crazy talk. That I live in the areas where I'm weak. I love being in areas where I'm weak because I know when I'm weak, then am I made strong. But truth be told, most of us only like to play to our strengths. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just telling what my brother said right here, that I glory in my infirmities because I know that's when I'm made the strongest, because that's when I got resurrection power working in and through me. I told you I'm coming for your deity tonight. I told you I'm coming for the part of you that look like your daddy. I'm telling you, Pastor, come on now. Lisa said, push past that. PPT, push past that. I told you what I was doing. Oh, I don't like being that just feels so bad. Why is it always me? I'm always the one. Why is it always me? Glory in it. Glory in it. Glory in it. Why am I all, I felt the same way. My dad doesn't have a high school diploma. My uncles on my dad's side doesn't have a high school diploma. Why am I the one that got to break every curse for my family? I glory in it. I was the first to get a high school diploma. I was the first to get a degree. And God has such a sense of humor that while my daddy was selling illegal drugs, now I'm in pharmaceutical sales. God has a sense of humor at the same time when you're breaking all those curses. You have no idea. Glory in the fact that I'm the first. Use me. And it's always tough for the one that's breaking the barriers. Use me. I glory in it. I love the fact, on my secular job, I took a stretch assignment this year that I knew it was gonna really stress. It was gonna really cause me to have to do some additional work. I had to push past that. And then my boss's boss said, "Hey, I need something done." I raised my hand and volunteered, knowing at the time I had no idea of how to do it. I am not an Excel genius. I took this stretch assignment because I know once I start doing my own thing with Wings Inspires, that I gotta build this content from the ground up. And so I took this stretch assignment. I'll do it. Took me 10 hours, 12 hours researching just how to do it on YouTube. I was on Pinterest, and I said, boy, I am made in the image of my daddy. If there's anything that I lack, I can create. Come on, man. I was prophesying to myself. I was making confessions to my I am. I was doing all those things that I can get it done. And I finished the project. And I go back from time to time now, and this was early last year. I go back and I look at it to say, man, look what he has done through me. I glory. I love stretch assignments. I love stretch projects because I know that's when I'm the strongest. That's when I'm the strongest. That's when you're the strongest. I'm challenging you to get outside of your box. Yesterday, when I was in college in Nashville, it snows once or twice a year in Nashville. I was on my way to basketball practice. It snows once. I've never driven in the snow. I was driving in the snow. My car slid off and I hit a phone pole. Bam! And so yesterday I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the storm Izzy was the worst. And I had to leave from Charlotte and I had to come back to Georgia. And as I was in Charlotte yesterday and I saw the ice, everything in my body went back to when I hit that light pole in Nashville, Tennessee. And now I got my family, my two boys in the car with me. And I literally went downstairs to ask, can I stay another night in the hotel? I literally went downstairs and they said, if you don't get out today, you will not get out to Thursday. And so here I am in a situation where I'm having a panic attack based on what happened 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm panicking over what happened 15, 20 years ago. And I'm so afraid to make that decision to do it now because of what happened then. And now the stakes are higher because it's not just me, but I got precious cargo sitting in the back. The stakes have been raised. And I said, man, I got to go. And they said it was safe to get on the roads, drive, real slow, get there. And I hopped on the road, man. Listen, I will be absolutely honest with you. When I got in that car, I did not know I was going to make it home. Why did you do it? Because I had to. Because I had to. And for a lot of us, I could have stayed in the boat and stayed. That's not a big thing. Some of y'all from up north, but down south, that's a big thing. And I'm challenging some of us that it may seem like a small thing to somebody else, but I'm challenging you now to start taking on those small areas of your life that that I stay in the boat in this area because I feel like this boat is my place. I remember that I said I wasn't going to move up north because of that experience in Nashville. And I had opportunities to go to New Jersey, which I turned down because it's snow on the ground. And see, most of you all don't know the internal battles that somebody else is facing. And that's why you don't ever let anybody else judge your I am. I'm breaking bread right now. Don't let anybody else judge your I am because they don't know what you've been through. They don't know what battles you're facing. They don't know everybody's boat is not the same. I love that, Devon. God was with you. Take him everywhere you go. And man, I'm telling you, that's the part that when you're outside your comfort zone, you don't have to take it. He's automatically there. He wants you to do those things, not so people can talk about how awesome Anthony is. He's looking for him to show himself strong through who you are. So you can say, man, it's the great I am that awakens my I am. Everybody's storm is not the same. That's why I can't sit back and judge what you'll go, oh man, like I would have never done that. I can't judge what you go through because everybody's storm isn't the same. Everybody's experience isn't the same. That's why when people say, I can't believe you did that, you ought to say, get thee behind me. Say, you are a stumbling block and an offense to where I'm going. Because you can't see how I can do it. Don't mean I can. Your experience is not the same as mine. I don't know how Bill, I ain't here to judge Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's experience is totally different than mine. I'm not here to judge Oprah. I'm not here to judge whomever who does whatever, because their experience is different than mine. And the moment you learn and you stop judging everybody based on your set of circumstances, come on, man. Everybody, come on, Nick. Everybody's storm is not the same. The moment you stop judging everybody for their circumstances from your eyes is actually the moment where you can be free. Have you ever noticed that everybody got comments about how your life should go? Everybody got comments about you doing too much, or you shouldn't be doing that, or you're taking people the wrong way, or you don't need all, you just doing that so for your name. You ain't doing that for his name. I'm running out of things people tell me. It don't take all that to live. Why you need more than what you got right now? Come on, man. Everybody got comments about your life. I love talking about these Sunday morning conversations. Everybody love being a Monday morning quarterback. You got these babies. You got these babies out here doing it right. You got these babies out here running and doing exercise. They don't take all that. Kanika got her own daycare, and she got these babies down here. She gonna expand, and it don't take all of that. Why she got all that going? Everybody got comments about how you doing it and why you doing it on the sideline, and know exactly what. And let me ask y'all this: Do y'all get unsolicited advice all the time? Do y'all get unsolicited advice all the time about what you do and what you're not doing? Like, it's okay if I come to you with a conversation and I want you to help me help myself. Mediocrity doesn't take much. You know what to say. Hey, have y'all ever gotten that unsolicited advice and they telling you it don't take all that, you doing too much, why this and why that? I get so much unsolicited advice right now. Now, when I was living with a colleague in a room the size of a closet, I got no advice. When my house was in foreclosure, I didn't have a whole lot of advice. When my car was about to get repossessed, I didn't have a whole lot of advice. Coach T, I bet when you had them 100 pounds on you, everybody knew what you're supposed to do. Everybody trying to tell you. But I'm trying to tell you right now, though, that everybody that gives you that advice ain't for you. Everybody that telling you should be doing it, what you should and shouldn't be doing, they ain't for you. Everybody that knows more about your life than they do their own I am, they know more about your I am than they do their own I am, they're not, newsflash, they're not for you. They're coaching you, and even life coaches, they're coaching you and giving you advice from their own situation and their personal experience, and they're expecting you to react from their experience to your life. Bread breaking moment right there. Bread breaking moment right there. Everybody, right? Kaniki, everybody, they ain't for you. Kaniki, they're not for you, and it's okay if you're not for me. I don't need, come on, man. If God be for me, who could be against me? You don't need them all with. I'm so far off my notes. I'm so far off my notes. See, we got to make this decision. You can, but can you? The challenge that a lot of people face, and I'm on my fourth book this year. I'm on my fifth book. I read 4. So I'm on my 5th book right now. And in one of the books I read, they talked about living by default or design. Are we living by default or design? The default is we're going through life, and whatever happens, we're reacting to it. Design is that I'm not moving through life as I'm responding to everything that happens to me, but design means I am moving through life in a way that's intentional. Even when things happen, I turn that into a part of my life story, a part of my detail of my life. God, how can I grow? Most people live from default. I'll tell you, for a long time, I live by default. I did not understand how to live by design. I did not understand how to take life and take my life, take life by the horns and begin to live it. How to create moments in my life that glorify God, but that also is pleasing to my family. I never understood how to take situations that were meant for my harm and turn them into my good. I never understood why. There was so much heartache and there was so much pain. I never understood why I had to visit my dad in prison at 7, bam, and hear those walls close. I never understood why. Because I was living life on default, and all I could see throughout the course of my life that everything was every cup of my life was half filled. And there was no intentionality about how I dealt with what was presented to me. Oh, well, I just went through the experience. And whatever it built in me, it built in me. There was no intention about where I placed that marker in my life. That's default. Now, by design, I'm incorporating the great I am in my awakened I am in thoughts with every situation that goes through my life. With every thought that crosses my mind, I am giving thought to what is going across my synapses, and I'm taking every thought captive, that anything that is contrary to what I believe, I cast it down. I'm living by design. And I love the fact that my man Martin Luther King said, we are now faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. Where's the urgency? Where is the urgency that surrounds our life? We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now. In this unfolding conundrum of life and history, there is such a thing as being too late. There is no time for apathy or complacency. This is a time for vigorous and positive action. You know that word apathy means a decrease or lack of motivation. There is no time for apathy in your life right now. There's no time for apathy as it relates to your destiny and what God wants to do in and through your awakened I am. There is no time for apathy right now. As a matter of fact, when you start to edge that way, you should say, man, I'm the most strongest right now, because the great I am has to awaken my I am. What's the blueprint of my life? Come on, man. There's no match for your search. There is no, I love that, Coach T. He said, me asking Google, what's the blueprint for my life? Google, we're sorry, there's no match for your search. You know why? Because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. How can Google know? If eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, Google doesn't know. And we're consulting so many people about that. The time for vigorous and positive action is now. That word apathy means a decrease or lack of motivation. Right now, there's no time for apathy or complacency. That word complacency means an instant or usually unaware, uninformed self-satisfaction. Right now, I can't sit here and be happy about. No, let me rephrase that. I can't sit here and be self-satisfied about where I am to say, rung 3, I've made it to the top of the ladder. Great I am. What are you awakening my I am to? What else can I do? See, I love the fact that people like, you look at the Tom Brady's and the Tyler Perry's and the Tiger Woods and you look at J.K. Rowling's. You look at all of those people have amassed enough wealth that their children's children will have wealth, but yet they still continue to create. Why? Because there's no such thing for complacency in their life. They continue to create. They continue to learn different ways to do what they do. Why? Because they're not complacent. If they're not complacent with changing, I mean, Dr. Martin Luther King in 1964 had already changed the world. He didn't have to go to 1968 to get to be known as Dr. Martin Luther King, but he kept going because it was worth the fight. 64, he had rattled all the cages, but he kept going. Why, motivational teacher? Because there is more. And most of us, we're throttling it down at 35 and 45 years old when we're living out to be 65 and 70. What happened to the other 30 years? I've lived in apathy and complacency. I've gotten too old. People say I'm too old to do that. I can't do it. Or I'm too black to do that. I'm too young to do that. I'm too white to do that. I'm not smart enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm too big for that. And what happened, Mo? I'm living in apathy and complacency. And now tonight, it's time to make the decision. You can, but can you? That's a conversation that only you can answer. You can do all things. You can, but can you? That's a question that we all must answer. I can start that business. You can, but can you? At what moment do I move from belief to action? At what moment do I start putting processes in my life in order to see the fruition? I will, come on, Vaniqua, in order to start seeing fruition of what I believe I can do. At what moment will I start creating? Because I know I can. That's an age-old question that a man continues to struggle with. You can, but can you? Yeah, it's no longer acceptable to sit on the sidelines with a paralysis of analysis. Martin Luther King said, if you can't walk, if you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. By whatever means, keep moving forward. Why? Because today, urgency means something. What have you done with the last 24 hours that you can benefit in this 24 hours? What have you done in the last week that in 2 years you'll see the manifestation of it, that you sowed the seed? What have you been watering daily? You can, but can you? Can you have the discipline? Can you make the commitment to water it daily? Do you have the desire? Is your why strong enough? You can, but can you? Is your why strong enough for you to keep digging when I don't see what I'm supposed to see? Can you keep believing when everything goes contrary to what you believe? Are you accountable? I love that word, Pat. Are you accountable to the gift that the great I am has given you? You can, but can you? Don't take that potential, that power, potential that was given to you back to the grave. You can, but can you? Can you? See, the moment of asking myself those questions, I have to be able to walk from the familiar to the unfamiliar because God move in my life. God cannot move in your life while you're in the boat. God, God, I want to be part of those ones that turn this world upside down. You got to get outside of the boat. If you want to be listed in the Hall of Faith, you can't be listed in the Hall of Faith. You think about when your children's children are talking about you, what conversation are they having within themselves? When your children talk about what you left on the earth, what are you leaving? When they talk about grandma, when they talk about granddad, when they talk about great-granddad, what questions? What are you leaving behind as a blueprint? I love it, Martin Luther King. What's your life, bro? What are you leaving behind as your blueprint? See, for me, my whole desire has never been to change the world. This is a bread-breaking moment from the motivational teacher to the masses. My lifelong goal and my lifelong journey has never been to change the world. My lifelong goal and my lifelong dream has always to be able to leave a legacy for my children's children. And I'm not going to need a life insurance policy to do it. I want them to see how granddad lived. I want them to know the decisions that granddad made in order to propel this whole generation, his children forward. My goal is to never be worldwide. My goal is not to ever accumulate a big bank account of money. Although all these things will be added unto me, my goal has always been to, when I tell my sons to go out and give everything, that when I get back home, I don't fail that race myself. Like I buffet myself daily to make sure I take inventory of my grind daily to make sure that I'm not a hypocrite in front of them. I'm the first to get up. I'm the last to go to bed. I don't never tell them to go to the gym without me taking them. Yeah, I never call people. I say, son, in order to do this, you got to give your life to it. And then I call another person to come pick them up to take them. I say, if you giving your life to it, I'm giving my life to it too. I'm your ultimate example. Man, oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. Jesus had to become like a man so he could be our ultimate example. He had to become like us. I don't tell them, hey, can you come get my son and take him over there? If he's going, I'm going. Why? Because I am his ultimate example. It's never been my goal to change the world. It's only been my goal to change this household right here. By me changing my household right here, many people will glean from the blessing. Bread broken. Many people will glean from the blessing of me trying to not be discounted from the race myself. Oh, that's a bread breaking moment. That's a bread breaking moment. If I so happen to change the world as I change my house, so be it. So be it. So be it. And so it's too many of us out there that we're so busy trying to change the world that I'm not focused on changing me. You can never be changed while you're sitting in the comfort of your own living room. You can never be changed while you're sitting in the comfort of your own $40,000, $50,000 job. You can never be changed as long as you allow welfare to be just enough from you. Did I just break bread? It's time for vigorous and positive action. I'm going to change this world by changing me. That's a bread breaking moment. I'm going to change this world by changing me. You want to be a world changer? Be a you changer first. And if you change you, the great I am got all the mechanisms in place for you to change. I'm telling you, you're on the front side of my journey. Listen to what I'm telling you. You're on the front side of my journey. I'm telling you, not many days from now, you're going to look and say, man, I remember when that dude was on that eye camera in his office and he had 12 eyes on him, and now look at him now. You on the front. I'm telling you, as you begin to change you, the world will see it and the world will want to partake in it. Don't focus on changing the world. Focus on changing you. And as you take vigorous, positive action and you let go of apathy and you let go of complacency, the world will marvel at what you do. Because there's so many people that want to get there but don't know how. Bill, baby, Bill. I'm telling you right now, y'all better holler at your boy. I feel this with everything deep down on the inside of me. The world will be changed by me changing me. So I won't be disqualified from this race myself. That's why I love sitting in front of this camera, because we're on this journey together. I am a player/coach. I know everybody like coaches that are already doing 10 million a year. Everybody like coaches that got 1,500 names. Got 1,500 names of people that they've coached to be millionaires. Everybody love the coaches. They got like 40 years of experience and got everybody. Not many people like to say, hey, I want to start and grow with you. And for me, that's what made Peter so powerful. To me, that's what made Peter so powerful. At the time that nobody knew who Jesus was, Peter said, man, you are the one. You're the Christ. He said, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you. See, that's what I'm looking. I'm looking for people that say, man, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you. That's what I'm talking about right there. You need people in your life that when you ask them who you are, they give you, man, you are the motivate. You are the art. You need people in your life that when they tell you who you are, you say flesh and blood. I need some people that's going to ride or die. And you need people that's going to ride or die in your life. Man, it's a bread breaking moment. This is a bread breaking moment. You can. But can you? I love that. I'll be meditating on that for the rest of this week. Because I know in those moments where I begin to ask those questions, I know I'm moving outside of my comfort zone. And if I'm not asking questions, if I'm not seeking to have thorns removed from my flesh, then you're living it, you're playing it too safe. I'm gonna ride or live. Come on, Q. I'm gonna ride or live. We need people in our life that's gonna help us change the narrative. I love that. We need to get in our life and say, man, I got more. And I'm gonna live this thing out to the I'm no longer gonna sit back and play it safe. I talked about it the other night, bet on you. I don't know how many Mondays ago. I talked about it, bet on you. You got to take some risks. You got to take some risks. You got to be able to move in a way that allows you to focus and grow you. You're going to have to take some. Ride or thrive. I like that. Some ride or thrive friends. Told y'all elevate this conversation. Ride and thrive friends. We need those type of people. When I say, man, I'm having a bad day, I don't need nobody to come tell, oh, I told you how tough it is. It's what for you. You want the world. You want this and you want that. You're doing too much. You need to take it easy. I don't need those people around me. I need some people that say, and when I'm feeling like that, I need somebody to say, hey, motivational teacher, you're getting around the world as you speak right now. Stand up and strengthen yourself in the word. Stand up and move in the direction he's giving you. Boy, you got so much more. Matter of fact, what you need for me to do. What you need for me to do to help you get to where you need to be. Only learning days. I call them character building days. We're going to have those moments. And I need people around. You need people around you. They're going to say, come on, let's thrive. Let's live that thrive life today. Y'all, I appreciate you all chiming into this conversation. Like I say always, you all elevate this conversation. That's why I say inside of this group, come on, when I see Atwin's out there creating content right now as well. My condolences to you too, bro. Pat is out there creating content as well. Man, the people that are on this list are people that are doing or that are doers, not just sitting on the sideline. And let's continue to motivate, inspire. Let's continue to be that change engine that the world so needs. And man, I really do appreciate you all showing up every Monday to spend time with your boy. And like I told you, this well will never run dry. I had somebody email me the other day and they asked me, man, how you keep coming up with content? I said, man, it's the great I am that awakens my I am. Because honestly, it ain't like I'm trying to do it. It's like it's just a thought that I chase. I don't know how it keeps coming. The great I am has awakened my I am to it. I have no clue. I wish I could give you 5 steps to creating content. I wish I could. All I know is get your I am awakened. Man, appreciate y'all chiming in. And until next time, you can, but can you? I know you can get it done. I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me.